Political observers and social media users were left stunned late Thursday night after President Donald Trump made an unusual and widely discussed comment about his youngest son, Barron Trump. The remark, delivered during a public event while referencing First Lady Melania Trump's latest initiative, quickly spread across political media and online platforms, triggering confusion, criticism, and a wave of reactions questioning both its tone and phrasing. During the event, Trump was speaking about a project Melania Trump has recently undertaken, which he admitted he had only just learned about. His remarks were casual and unscripted, but what followed immediately stood out to many listeners. "I just heard about that for the first time," Trump said. "The only thing I can tell you, I know one thing for sure, it's going to be great for children. I don't know what it is she's doing. She loves children. She's got a wonderful boy. And she's very proud of her boy." The phrasing, particularly Trump's repeated reference to Barron as her boy rather than our son or my son, prompted immediate reactions from journalists, commentators, and political observers across the ideological spectrum. Within minutes, social media platforms lit up with users replaying the clip, quoting the line, and offering their interpretations. Many found the wording odd, detached, or emotionally distant, especially given that Barron is Trump's only child with Melania Trump and has largely remained out of the public spotlight. Liberal political podcaster Brian Tyler Cohen was among the first to react, posting a simple but pointed response online. She's got a wonderful boy?" Others echoed similar sentiments, questioning whether the president's wording reflected discomfort, inattentiveness, or simply habitual imprecision in speech. Will Cutlip, a political commentator, suggested that the comment reflected a broader pattern, accusing Trump of just babbling incoherently, while others framed the moment as another example of Trump's unconventional communication style. Washington Post reporter Matt Visser quoted Trump's remarks verbatim and added his own contextual observation. President Trump says of First Lady Melania Trump, with whom he shares a son, Barron. The understated note underscored what many listeners had already noticed, that Trump appeared to be speaking about his own child as though he were referencing someone else's. The reaction was not limited to liberal commentators. Accounts associated with Republicans critical of Trump also highlighted the moment. One widely shared post read, "Donald Trump on Melania, she loves children. She's got a wonderful boy. And she's very proud of her boy." That post was followed by speculation, jokes, and even conspiracy-tinged theories, including one that attempted to question Barron's parentage, claims that have no factual basis but nonetheless circulated rapidly online as part of the broader reaction. Media strategist Todd Domke joined the discussion by posing a blunt rhetorical question. "What's his name?" The comment was widely interpreted as a critique of Trump's perceived emotional distance rather than a literal inquiry. Other social media users framed the moment as awkward rather than malicious, suggesting that Trump's speaking style often prioritizes improvisation over precision. DJ Omega MVP described the comment as a pretty weird way for a dad to talk about his own son, adding that the remark fit into a pattern of what they described as bizarrely monstrous behavior by political elites, language that, while hyperbolic, reflected the intensity of the reaction among critics. Former educator Nicole Hodges also weighed in, stating, "I think we all knew he wasn't his," a remark that sparked additional backlash and debate about the appropriateness of speculating about family relationships based on offhand comments. Despite the sharp online reaction, it is important to note that Trump has historically maintained a very private approach to Barron's life. Unlike his older children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany, Barron has rarely been involved in political campaigns, public events, or media appearances. Both Trump and Melania have previously expressed a desire to shield him from the pressures of political life. Some analysts argued that Trump's phrasing may simply reflect this dynamic, suggesting that he instinctively defers discussions about Barron to Melania, who has been more publicly associated with parenting-related initiatives and child-focused causes. Others pointed out that Trump often speaks in a stream-of-consciousness manner, frequently repeating phrases or defaulting to familiar rhetorical patterns. From this perspective, the remark may not indicate emotional distance but rather a lack of careful phrasing in an unscripted moment. Still, the incident highlights how closely Trump's language is scrutinized, especially when it involves family, identity, or personal relationships. In a political environment where every word is parsed and replayed, even minor deviations from expected norms can trigger major reactions. The moment also reflects a broader trend in modern politics, the blurring of boundaries between personal life, public image, and viral media. A single sentence, spoken casually at an event, can quickly become a focal point of national conversation, analyzed through cultural, psychological, and political lenses. As of now, neither Trump nor Melania has addressed the reaction to the comment directly. The White House has not issued any clarification, and the moment appears to have joined a long list of Trump remarks that generate brief but intense waves of online debate before fading into the next news cycle. Whether the comment was simply an awkward turn of phrase or something more revealing, it once again demonstrates how Trump's off-the-cuff style continues to shape public perception, not only of his policies, but of his personal relationships and demeanor as well. In the end, what made this moment resonate so widely was not just the phrasing itself, but the broader context in which it occurred. Donald Trump is a political figure whose words are rarely taken at face value. Every statement, particularly those involving family or personal relationships, is inevitably filtered through years of public behavior, rhetorical habits, and media narratives that have shaped how audiences interpret his remarks. For supporters, the comment may be dismissed as nothing more than an awkward, off-the-cuff sentence, another example of Trump's unscripted speaking style, which often favors repetition and casual phrasing over precision. They argue that Trump has consistently allowed Melania to take the lead in matters involving Barron's upbringing and public exposure, and that this dynamic may naturally influence how he speaks about their son in public settings. For critics, however, the moment reinforced long-standing perceptions of emotional distance and detachment. In their view, language matters, especially when spoken by a sitting president, and referring to one's own child in such indirect terms can feel jarring, even unsettling, to audiences accustomed to more conventional expressions of parental connection. What is undeniable is that the reaction underscores how modern political discourse has evolved. A single sentence, delivered casually at an event, can instantly become a national talking point, dissected by journalists, commentators, strategists, and everyday users across multiple platforms. In an era dominated by clips, screenshots, and viral soundbites, intent often becomes secondary to interpretation. This episode also reflects the unique scrutiny faced by public figures' families, particularly those who largely remain out of the spotlight. Barron Trump has been intentionally shielded from political life, and moments like this illustrate the tension between privacy and public curiosity that inevitably surrounds presidential families. As with many similar controversies, the intensity of the reaction may fade as new stories take center stage. Yet the moment remains illustrative of a larger pattern: Donald Trump's continued ability to generate debate, confusion, and commentary through even the smallest remarks. Whether viewed as harmless awkwardness or revealing rhetoric, the comment once again demonstrates how Trump's words, intentional or not, continue to shape conversation far beyond their original setting. In today's political climate, where perception often carries as much weight as policy, such moments serve as reminders that leadership is judged not only by actions and decisions, but also by tone, language, and the subtle signals conveyed through everyday speech.